Hello, God bless everyone today. This is Laurie from Spirit Warriors of Christ. Today, I have a message for you entitled AI is Getting Out of Control and is Creating a Generational Divide. This is a story by Business Insider on June 2nd, 2020. It's been tough to keep up with the pace of development in the world of artificial intelligence. There is a sense of deja vu, similar to the digital revolution, and it's led to a generational divide. The resistance is not just from boomers and millennials. Tech leaders are also worried. Don't get me wrong, I'm a millennial, and I like to stay on top of the latest developments. It also helps that I am a journalist, and so staying abreast of all the latest news, trends, and innovations is second nature to us. But over the course of my recent encounters with generative AI platforms like ChatGPT, Bard, and Hey Pi, one thing that struck me was how much of a divide the technology is creating across generations. A friend recently told me that she found it hard to keep track of all the AI tools and is worried about the situation getting out of control. There's a strange deja vu moment here. Back when the likes of Facebook and Twitter launched, I found myself spending hours debating over the utility of these platforms. There were people from my parents to my professors to some of my classmates who predicted no one would use the platform because people could just pick up the phone and talk. While in many instances these digital innovations brought people closer, helped families bond, and gave people a tool to voice their feelings and opinions, for many others it created a divide between generations. A digital divide. That divide not only still exists, it's deepening in the AI area. So someone needs to put an end to it. How many of you have been able to keep track of the pace and of development of generative AI in the past few months or weeks or days? I'll be honest with you that I haven't been able to keep track. I follow the right people on Twitter, read a lot of AI news, and edit a lot of stories. But I still was thrown off by Adobe Firefly's Mona Lisa experiment. It sparked a huge debate, both online and offline, on what AI can do and how far it can go. When I asked friends and family for their take on AI, I was met with responses that ranged from absolute ignorance to misinformation to reluctance. It's getting out of control now. Someone needs to put an end to it. Can you not just switch it off? Switch on all over again? What does this all mean? It will die like metaverse. It feels similar to the digital revolution of the 2000s, but more complicated. The resistance is not just from the boomers and millennials around me. Tech leaders are also worried. In an open letter in March from the Future of Life Institute, Elon Musk, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, and a few other tech leaders warned that powerful AI systems should be developed only once there is confidence that the effects will be positive and the risks are manageable. The letter read, "We call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4. This pause should be public and verifiable and include all key actors. If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium." Earlier this week, more than 350 scientists and tech leaders, including Sam Altman, the CEO of ChatGPT, maker and OpenAI and Microsoft, Bill Gates, signed a statement expressing deep concern over AI's risks. Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. The statement read, "A lot of humans around me were saying the same thing, and I wasn't entirely convinced. I myself made a cup of tea, thought long and hard about it, and then I decided to ask my friends." Me. Is the artificial intelligence revolution getting out of control? ChatGPT. As an AI language model, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. However, I can provide some insights on the topic. The potential impact and implications of artificial intelligence are subject of ongoing debate. While AI has made significant advancements and brought about numerous benefits in various fields, there are concerns about its potential risks and ethical implications. Me. But it seems to be creating a divide across generations. People aren't able to understand and keep up with the pace of development. ChatGPT. You're correct that the rapid pace of AI development can create a knowledge gap and a sense of unease or division across generations. Technological advancements, including AI, have the potential to disrupt established industries and change the nature of work, which can lead concerns and anxieties, particularly among those who feel left behind or unable to keep up with changes. The rate of which technology is evolving can make it a challenge for individuals, especially older generations, to fully understand and adapt to the latest developments. This can result in a digital divide where some people have limited access to technology or lack the necessary digital skills to effectively engage with AI systems and other emerging technologies. Thank you, friends. I think I will just pick up the phone and call my parents. This was the story done by Business Insider. And this is the first of what I call the AI bundle, and is just the first video of a 3-part series that I plan on doing. So I hope you'll join me. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Hello. God bless everyone today. This is Laurie from Spirit Warriors of Christ. Today I have another message for you. This is an AI-filled message. This is called Robots Could Go Full Terminator After Scientists Create Realistic Self-Healing Skin. The World Economic Forum estimated that AI will replace some 85 million jobs by 2025. The same report, however, concluded that some 97 million new jobs would be created in the same time frame due to AI. While the healthcare industry is expected to benefit most from this change, with AI-assisted healthcare technicians seeing a tremendous upward surge, all industries will likely be affected. And while many of those new positions, notably machine learning engineers, robotics engineers, and data scientists, will require advanced degrees, the demand for less skilled jobs, such as AI maintenance, will also skyrocket. The interesting thing about this AI-inspired change is that while virtually no one denies it is already underway, some mistakenly view today's AI as all that it will ever be. In reality, today's AI, while impressive, actually represents little more than a powerful method of statistical analysis, which gives the illusion that it knows what is happening when it attempts to perform a given task, as I described in my previous article. But as the old adage popularized by Mark Twain goes, there are lies, damned lies, and statistics. People have been making poor decisions and lying with statistics throughout history. AI just adds to the problem because the people currently running AI and doing the analysis often have no understanding of what's happening on the inside. In the short term, this scenario is unlikely to change dramatically, although the data sets that power AI will continue to grow in size and complexity, and the demand for more AI-related jobs will continue to accelerate. Many predict, though, that within the next decade, AI inevitably will give way to artificial general intelligence, AGI, enabling intelligent agents such as robots to replicate the contextual understanding of humans. Not surprisingly, the prospect of machines capable of actually thinking in the same way as humans do has created the hope that people will finally be freed from their routine jobs to do more meaningful work. And the abject fear that robots will completely replace us humans. While the truth likely falls somewhere between those two extremes, our thinking about AI's impact on the workplace will undoubtedly change. Rather than focusing on which jobs might next be replaced by AI, we will we will be thinking about what characteristics make us different from AI, therefore irreplaceable. Workers will focus increasingly on retaining and upskilling programs that will enable them to handle new technologies. Ironically, a recent Oracle study found that 93% of HR leaders and employees in the U.S. would be open to training delivered via AI. Despite such efforts, workers cannot help but ask themselves whether all jobs be on the chopping blocks as AGI continues to advance. In a never-ending quest to cut costs and improve efficiency, will the owners of the business and therefore the technology eliminate any and all jobs that AI can replace? And what about the owners? While employees in our current economic system are rewarded for their work, it is the owners of the business and the technology who often accrue true wealth. This occurs because computers and AI are treated as objects that are bought and sold and can save money and increase productivity, primarily because they are uncompensated. Taken to the extreme, what would happen if AI advances to AGI, and that AGI then ushers in the ability for a computer to comprehend its situation and push back, demanding to be compensated for its contributions. More immediate and emblematic of the many ethical issues likely to be encountered in the future with respect to AI autonomous vehicles. AVS is the abbreviation. AVSs hold the potential to replace an entire genre of workers, including bus, cab, and truck drivers. And while AVs have no malicious intent and descent safety record, that is likely to improve as the technology improves. We nonetheless think that death by errant AV is much worse than death caused by an autonomous human. One thing that is certain, like it or not, AI and eventually AGI, increasingly will impact not only the workplace, but every facet of our lives. If we recognize this and build an economy that it can rapidly adapt to a changing employment picture, we will be better off as AGI replaces more talented people. So, researchers have been studying and developing convincing skin materials for robots for years. With Stanford professor Zenon Baio touting the first multi-layer self-healing synthetic electronic skin back in 2012, more than a decade later, Baio and fellow researchers have taken their studies even further into the future layers of synthetic skin that can now self-recognize and align with each other when injured, simultaneously allowing the skin to continue functioning while healing. We've achieved what we believe to be the first demonstration of a multi-layer thin film sensor that automatically realigns during healing. Christopher B. Cooper, Stanford, PhD student and co-author of the study, told SWNS. So, OpenAI and figure development terrifyingly creepy humanoid robots for the workplace. This is a critical step toward mimicking human skin, which has multiple layers that all reassemble correctly during the healing process. Armoring artificial intelligence powered robot with lifelike skin could be the way of the future, making humans feel more comfortable around such technology. According to SWNS, the material is similar to actor Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Cyborg or in Terminator, which boasted a robotic endoskeleton covered living tissue. This is movie fiction coming to real life. And this is by no accident. So, AI could go Terminator, gain the upper hand over humans in a Darwinian rules of evolution report warns. Similar to human skin, the material produced by Stanford researcher can sense thermal, mechanical, or electronical changes around it. The current prototype featured in the study, it is soft and stretchable, but if you puncture it, slice it, or cut it, each layer will selectively heal it with itself to restore the overall function. Just like real skin, co-author Sam Root said. One layer might sense pressure, another temperature, and yet another tension, Root added. The researchers developed silicone and polypropylene glycol materials that can stretch like human skin without tearing, while magnetic properties allow the skin to self-align. When the material is warmed, it softens before returning to its normal state. If the material is damaged, it can self-heal in just 24 hours when warmed to 158 degrees Fahrenheit, while the same healing process takes about a week at room temperature. New powerful AI bat creates angst among users. Are robots ready to take our jobs? Combining with magnetic field guided navigation and induction heating, while we may be able to reconfigurable soft robots that can change shape and sense their deformation on demand. Co-author Renee Zeho said. The researchers said they are working on making the layers of skin as thin as possible that have different functions, such as a layer that can sense a change in temperature and another layer that can sense pressure. So the research comes as artificial intelligence is having a boom in popularity, including millions of people flocking to use GPT and create lifelike images generated by AI. Amid the tech race to build even more powerful AI systems, humanoid robots are also finding themselves in the spotlight. A Texas-based company is working on general purpose robots that will be used to assist with household duties, while a robotics startup backed by OpenAI is working to commercialize humanoid robots for the workplace. Is it only me that can see this is going into a dangerous direction? If you feel the same way I do, believe me, you're not alone. AI technology will only be on the increase. Technology is ramping up in speed, and we are coming on the brink of something that is very dangerous to humanity. Some believe this is true and some don't. However, I believe that by using AI, you are just creating havoc. You are endangering yourself, and letting your children use AI is endangering them. It started simply with Alexa, which really doesn't seem like any harm. But what happens when the AI gets smarter, when it learns from you? This is the danger we face. Thank you for watching this segment. Okay, this is called UN Warns of AI Brain Chips on Steroids that Could Control Minds. Let me just get my hair out of the way and we'll get into this. Sorry. There's getting in the way. Alright. The United Nations has warned about the potential dangers of implanting artificial intelligence, AI chips, in the brain, saying that it could threaten mental privacy. UNESCO, the UN's Agency for Science and Culture, has started developing a global ethical framework to address human rights concerns posed by the neurotechnology, it said at a recent conference in Paris. Excuse me. Potentially harmful advances in neurotechnology could allow AI to infringe on private human thoughts through brain implants and scans, according to Agence France Presse. The development of neurotechnology is raising a number of ethical concerns. Gabriela Ramos, Assistant Director General for Social and Human Sciences of UNESCO, told AFP, "We need to ensure that this technology is used in a way that respects human rights and fundamental freedoms. Neurotechnology refers to technology that is used to connect electronic devices to the nervous system. It's currently being applied to treat neurological disorders and restore movement, communication, vision, or hearing." Elon Musk's brain chip company Neuralink, which was recently approved for testing on humans, is an example of neurotechnology. Unlike other technologies, neurotechnology can directly access and manipulate the structure of the brain, which affects human identity, freedom of thought, autonomy, privacy, and well-being. The increasing possibilities to modify the brain and consequently the mind in an invasive and persuasive way has prompted the global agency to think about new neurospecific human rights to protect our mental privacy. Recently, neurotechnology has been supercharged by AI algorithms, which can process and learn from data in ways never before possible, said, excuse me if I can't pronounce this name right, Mary Grazia Squish, it's an Italian name, I can't pronounce it, sorry. But this woman is a UNESCO economist specializing in AI. It's like putting neurotech on steroids, she said. UNESCO cited cases like Hannah Galvin, a woman with epilepsy who had a neurotech device installed in her brain to detect seizures and notify patients of when to lie down. The device ultimately made life worse for Galvin, who said she felt like there was someone in my head, and ultimately had it removed. While the technology can be used to help paralyzed people walk, with artificial intelligence enhancing the neurotech field, experts are urging caution. A UN report from the last year discussing the ethical issues of neurotechnology specifically warned about the use of AI chips to monitor and control people's thoughts and emotions. It also raised concerns about the potential for AI chips to be used to manipulate people's behavior. Governments around the world are considering how to mitigate the dangers of emerging AI technology, which could reshape the global economy and change the international security landscape. The United Nations Security Council will hold its first formal discussion on artificial intelligence this week in New York. Personally, I wouldn't bet my life that it is trustworthy. In truth, we are talking about the merging of man and machine. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't believe that these things can be trusted to be put in our brains or in our bodies. It seems a little too close to the step right before the mark of the beast. Excuse me. July 19th, 2023, Yuval Noah Harari, the man who wrote the book Tracking the Rise of the Human Species, now has warned about human beings' place in the world and the potential of artificial intelligence to dominate, meaning have a commanding influence on, exercise control over. A man second to Klaus Schwab, who is founder and leader of the World Economic Forum. Harari's views on the future is frightening, as is the WEF's plan for the world and all of us. As for Elon Musk's Neuralink, Neuralink was founded in 2016 by Elon Musk and Jared Pershall. So Elon Musk, in my opinion, has been talking from both sides of his mouth, warning how dangerous AI can be, and going on all kinds of talk shows and talking like he's got our best interest in heart, but then it's that other side of his face that he's talking out of that I'm worried about. This tells me that there's something hinking in Elon Musk, and he's not all on the up and up. A lot of people have embraced him because he's been a whistleblower of the dangers of the technology of this. Yet he's been involved in the very fabric of its production. Not to mention funding it. Now, if you check Elon Musk out further and do some digging, you will find out that Elon Musk was one of those enrolled in the World Economics Forum. I think it's called the Young something. I can't remember what it is, but it's I believe it starts with an I. But anyway, he was trained by the World Economic Forum. And remember, he is a elite. So you can't believe everything he says. Take it with a grain of salt. And use some discernment when you believe what comes out of his mouth. Because I guarantee not everything is on the up and up, and not everything is for our good. So, that is my take on Elon Musk in any case. And you all know Harari. He is just a scary individual all around. And you need to look him up as well. Do some background check on him and find out what he's all about. There's plenty of videos that he's done on YouTube. Also, check out the World Economic Forum website and check on the NWO. Look up NWO and look up World Economic Forum, WEF, and check into this. There's a lot of people that are involved in this, headed up by Klaus Schwab, who is a German and was basically raised in time when Hitler was in power, and has that mindset that Hitler had. These people in the World Economic Forum believe themselves to be gods and are trying to take over, creating a new world order. Using AI is just a tool to help them do it. God bless you, and good night here. Take care of yourselves and each other.